What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video. Today we're going to be talking about the future of Park Studio, the super promising theme park simulation game that is currently under development and currently in its alpha stages. I'm sure you've seen me post quite a few videos on it lately on the YouTube channel, and very more to come, by the way, because I'm very much anticipating the next release, which is Alpha 0.2. So I'm going to go over, the developer has released kind of like a timeline, or kind of a little roadmap timeline up until release about what we can kind of see in the next updates and everything. And I got to say, it's very exciting. If there's a lot of basically a lot of features that you wanted in Planet Coaster in general that we never got. Basically, this is going to cover a lot of that because the developers putting in plan to put in a lot of features that we never got for Planet Coaster. So it makes this game very promising and very exciting. Alright, so up on the screen is the timeline that the developer has put out publicly on their Discord. It kind of gives us an idea, and everything can kind of change based on the time, and I'm sure like more features can be added, as you can see in the text below. So let's first start off with Alpha 2. This is something that's going to be coming out fairly soon, hopefully. I'm sure it's going to be the next major update. It is anticipated to come out in summer of 2024, so we're currently in summer right now, so hopefully this will be coming out very, very soon within the coming months. So Alpha 1, we don't have a whole lot. We have a couple of coaster types, some building tools, and pathing, and weather, basically right now. But Alpha 2 is going to be giving us water tools, so I'm assuming that's going to be like where we can actually work with the water, obviously work with the water, maybe create ponds and stuff like that. I don't know if it will include any like particle water effects or waterfalls, but it is going to give us water tools. So I'd imagine we can create like ponds, rivers, and stuff like that, which we don't have, and I'm sure we'll go with kind of like the terrain tool as well. Then we have advanced track elements that will be going into the coaster builder, like transfer tracks, turntables, etc. Also know that will include like drop tracks, obviously turntables, transfers. Also, I think he also mentioned that it's going to include like tilt tracks as well. I'm hoping that maybe all of these will be available on every single coaster type, so we're not limited to just specific coaster types. I know that we're probably going to get maybe another coaster model to work with, or two maybe, probably as well. I think the Mack Rides Striker model is what we're looking at for the next coaster to go in, which is the coaster type that was used for like Voltron at Europa. So we'll see all the different stuff we get, but also we have coaster improvements, which will include height markers and G-forces, etc. So we're going to get height markers so we know how tall our coasters are. Hopefully we'll get like also like catwalks and stuff on our lift hills and such like that. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But just general improvements will also be in there. Then we're also getting an original soundtrack, new sounds. So I'd imagine we're going to get like an actual soundtrack, some new park music or something like that, maybe in the menus or during gameplay, maybe some new soundtracks for those, and obviously new sounds, so maybe we'll get like more realistic sounds on like the coasters and such. This is just me speculating, I'm not entirely sure, I'm just going off of what this says. Custom imported player media, so that's really big, so we can actually import like probably videos, built like custom billboards, videos, and probably audio maybe as well. And then the CSV track importer as well. So this is all coming in Alpha 0.2, which will hopefully be coming in the next in the coming months. That's already very exciting. So that's gonna be a cool update, and I can't wait to mess with more of the stuff, and I'm sure we'll get a lot more of that. And then going into late fall 2024 is Alpha 0.3. That's when we're actually gonna get guests and staff. So that's actually a really cool thing as well. I'm excited for that. Playgrounds, queues, functional parking. So we're actually going to have functional parking lots. That's something I'm very excited for this game. As small of a little thing it could be, you know, like I think that's actually awesome. I don't know if we're going to be able to build our own parking lots or if it's going to be like general ones that you can just plop down. We'll have to wait and see. And then we also have shops, restaurants, and hotels. So that's also another big update right there. Just those things alone, because we'll finally get to see what the guests look like. I'm curious if it's going to have more of a cartoony feel or if it's going to be more of a realistic kind of guess. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be more realistic, because that is the focus on this game, is more building realistic theme parks and everything. And then we'll go into point 4 here, which is supposed to be anticipated for early 2025. We'll finally get flat rides, so that's a big one right there. I'm not entirely sure how many flat rides we're going to get in this game, but hopefully it's a pretty big selection. Dark rides as well, so that's obviously something huge because the lighting system in this game is incredible. Finally get wood coasters as well, as also water coasters and rides. So we're also going to get water coasters and more rides. Final theme pieces, so probably just more pieces in general. Special effects and ride triggers. So this will be a big update for like if you're creating like dark rides and different things like that. That's going to be huge for that update. And then we have point 5, which is early spring 2025, which will be more of like a show editor, a sequence editor. It's going to have a show sequence editor, projection mapping. Now it's a huge one that I think is really going to be cool. And then shows and parades. So we're getting parades and shows. So that's awesome. Stuff that that doesn't even exist in any like theme park games that I can think of. So that's going to be huge. And then Alpha 6 is going to be the last alpha build, which is set for around spring as well, which is just going to be general bug fixes and preparing for the beta. So that's just going to be kind of like a last build preparing for the beta, which is set to be summer 2025, which will give us ride operation. So I'd imagine we'll be able to operate our rides, which is a really cool feature that I hope maybe I can like program to use with my little panel that I have, because I do have like a No Limits 2 panel. If we can set the keys properly, I could actually use my panel on it. That would actually be really cool. And then programmable animatronics. I'm not entirely sure exactly what that means. Programmable, I'm guessing we're going to get animatronics that have a lot of customization of some sorts. So that would be awesome, of course, as well. More customization the better. And then beta 1.1, which is early fall 2025, will give us a career mode, general bug fixes, and preparing for the final release. So career mode obviously is huge, and then obviously bug fixes, and it's just probably going to fix a lot of stuff. And then of course we get late 2025, early 2026 was when we're looking at a final release date for the game, and all these dates could change obviously depending on the development process. But that after the release, it looks like we're gonna get story mode, ? And potential water park DLC, which of course everyone wants to see that as well. So I'd imagine that'd come well after release. But overall, everything that's listed here can make this game absolutely insanely amazing, especially since it's being developed by pretty much just one person. That's a huge thing to be able to do all this stuff by 2026. I think that's very impressive if this timeline becomes true, and we'll have to wait and see, but I'm very much anticipating the release of the 0.2 alpha, and of course I'll be posting more videos on it as this game continues. If we never get a Planet Coaster 2, if that's not even something that's going to happen, I'm not going to talk about Planet Coaster 2 that much in this video, but this is a great game that looks like it's going to be that we're going to be able to fall back on, and I'm excited to be there for its development cycle, and I can't wait to see more from Park Studio. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, especially seeing the timeline. This has been out for a while now. I think this timeline was posted, probably about a month ago, maybe not quite a month, or almost a month ago. But I think he updated it from previously, because slightly a little bit, like there's a couple changes, but I think this is the most up to date so far on the timeline. The developer could go in the comment section below and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was in the normal Discord that was posted, so everyone should have access to this timeline, so I should be alright with posting this. If I'm not, please let me know. But yeah, this is just in the regular community Discord, so I'm very excited. I can't wait to see more come about this, and then more like features and other stuff I'm sure are going to make it into the game that's not in this as well, because you can see at the bottom it's a global overview of the main features that will be added. implemented, but the dates may change over time. So just keep that in mind, that these dates aren't set in stone depending on the development process. We could see delays, which is never a bad thing as long as everything's done right. So potential features might also be added, you know, and are in the stage of thoughts, so like DLC, story mode. I hope we get like a story mode. That'd be awesome. Story mode and career mode is already going to be really cool. Making this a true simulation game, not like Theme Park Studio back in the day, which is basically didn't really have much simulation aspect to it. You just built your parks and then it was just kind of, yeah. And I hope that the game can be really well optimized too, because it's a beautiful game. And that's my only concern maybe with this game, is that maybe it could be a challenge to optimize with all this stuff that's going into the game. These games can be really hard to have good frame rates on, especially if your parks get big. I hope we can create large parks later on, and we'll have to wait and see though. But I'm sure the developer will make sure that the game is as functional as possible, and that's going to be I think the toughest task for them, is just making a game that's going to be able to handle like the large parks and everything. So hopefully it will be able to, because it's a fantastic looking game, and using Unreal Engine 5. The lighting's amazing and the models look incredible so far, and I can't wait to see. But let me know in the comment section down below, are you excited for Park Studio? Be sure to also pick up this game on Steam while it's on alpha, because it is about, I think it's about $15 right now, and then the full release, the price is going to increase a little bit, not by a whole lot, but just so you know that I did see that I think the price increases after the game is fully released, or at least once it gets in beta, I think. So if you want to check this game out, be sure to head over to Steam and check it out for yourself. $15, I think it's well worth it, especially with you'll get all the updates, including all the way up to full release. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day and cool tomorrow. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, and goodbye.